Hey guys, this is Obidiah coming at you with another TRP3 extended video, where today I'll be showing you how to make a campaign in a quest using TRP3 extended mod, as well as some additional features such as conditions and making the world around you feel a little bit more interactable. So for today's quest line, we're going to be talking to Alistair Thornton, who'll give us a quest. Go talk to an NPC over here called Emmeline. After we talk to Emmeline, the quest will finish, and that'll be the end of it. I want to keep it short and simple today, just so I can give you the basic foundation of how to use a quest and how to create a campaign. So, inside TRP3, we'll open up our database. I like leaving it in the windowed mode right here, just for simplicity's sake, because we'll be able to click on our NPCs, check on things in the world as things progress. So, first thing we want to do is to create a campaign. We want to choose a blank campaign and start from a fresh canvas. You see here, we're in the process of creating a campaign already. So think of campaign like a multi-tier, long-term storyline that can have a whole bunch of quests within it. So this campaign, I'm just going to call a tutorial campaign. I encourage you guys to give your campaign name an actual lore or a name that will actually get your users intrigued with the campaign. And you can even give it a little introduction or a summary. And I'm just giving it a brief filler. Even change the icon. Let's change it to this card. Awesome. You'll see that there's a few other additional options here, as we can make actual campaign NPC list. So from my previous videos, you saw that I had certain NPCs with different names, essentially. So Rotwind wasn't actually the name of the NPC. The actual name of the NPC was Rotbeak, but I created a custom NPC because I wanted a custom description for that NPC as well. So for instance, I could change Alistair Thornton's name to something else. I could change it to Bob if I wanted to. For today's instance, I'm not going to use the campaign NPC list. Maybe I'll make a more complex and robust campaign in the future where I show you how to use this function. For today, we're going to keep it short and simple though. This other box right here just allows me to type in free notes that you can add in to-dos or just any other descriptor. These will not be shown in the final quest line. You'll see that there's multiple tabs at the top. So we have quests, inner objects, workflows, event links, and action. May feel like a lot, so I encourage you to just go through things slowly. Let's take a look at the quest tab. The quest tab, the way this is set up, is we can add a certain amount of quests. And it looks like this first one, they've already established for us. It's called new quest, and it looks like it says that there's a brief summary that will be visible on the quest page. It has an object ID name called quest_1_first. It also says this auto reveal thing. That's interesting. Let's click on that anyways. So you see that we've gone down another step now. So in our database, we've gone into a campaign. Now we're in a new tab called a new quest. And under the new quest, we have a whole new variety of tabs again. So we have main, quest steps, inner objects, workflows, event links, and actions again. As you can see, there's a lot of customization, and it can get pretty convoluted pretty quickly. So make sure you have you constantly check to make sure that your workflow is streamlined and that you're doing the right thing. So we can name our new quest under our campaign called tutorial campaign. Let's just call this Alistair's quest. Let's give it a brief summary. Let's give it the rotten apple. You can see here we can choose the quest to be auto-revealed, which means that once we start the campaign, this quest will automatically be added to the campaign. Or we can even add a progression, which means that let's say we have 5 quests in our campaign. If we complete one of them, it'll show a 25% or 20% completion rate on our campaign. For the sake of today, since we only have one quest for our campaign, I'm going to turn progression off. I'm going to have auto reveal on, because as soon as I start the campaign, I want it to start. First thing I'm going to do in my quest is talk to Alistair. So maybe let's put in our quest summary a little hint of what the player should do. Excellent. So let's want to try talking to him now. The next goal, and I will go over objectives soon, but I want to leave this window alone for later now. Let's go over to quest steps. Quest steps, this is individual steps that need to be completed during the quest for the quest to progress and then eventually be completed. They always add a first step, just like they added the first quest for us. This one's called step_1_first. And this one's auto-revealed. This will be the first step that we need to complete. It's not attached to anything. Let's go ahead and click on it. And we'll say this one, talk to Alistair. This is the first basically goal or the objective that we need to complete. You always want to have an initial step for the very, very beginning step of the quest. And you can also have a final step, that once the final step is reached and triggered, it'll complete the quest. But I don't want this to be the final step because once it's triggered, the quest will already be completed. So I want it to be after I talk to Alistair. So let's go back to Alistair's request, which is the first quest, and let's add another quest step. Let's just say that this is step_2_Alistair. I want this one to be the final step. This will be after I talk to Alistair. And after I talk to Alistair, I will have learned that I need to talk to Emmeline. I'm just going to say, finished talking with Alistair. Let's go talk like asked. You know what, we're going to add one more step actually. Save that. Step_3 Emmeline. This one will be the last step. This will be after we talk to Emmeline. Talked with Emmeline and completed the quest. Awesome. We have our overall setup right now. So under Alistair's request, basically we're going to talk to Alistair, he's going to have us talk to Emmeline, and that's going to finish the quest, right? We have our quest steps. So first we got to talk to Alistair. We finish talking to Alistair, we need to go over to Emmeline. Once we've talked with Emmeline, that'll trigger the final step, the quest, complete the quest for us. Awesome. So now we have everything pretty much finished for this quest. We just have to actually implement the workflows, the event links, and the actions now to make it work. You can add in inner objects into your quest lines, and these will only be available in that campaign and in that quest. Be used, retrieved, and utilized during your campaign. For today, we're not going to use these, however, just for the sake of time, sake of simplicity. I don't want to get you guys too lost too quickly, as campaigns can get convoluted very quickly. Let's go ahead and look over to event links. You can see here we have on quest start, get to a workflow, and on objective completed. So these are two different things. But you can link them to workflows, and I'll get to these in a bit. Let's go to actions. So as we'll remember, once we start the campaign, quest automatically accepts for us to go try to talk to Alistair. First, we want to add an action. And this action will look familiar. It's the 4 actions that we're allowed to do on that one bar during a quest of the inspect, talk, listen, interact. Well, I want to talk to Alistair. That's the action, and it allows me to link to a workflow. I don't have any workflows right now under Alistair's request. Let me save this. We'll come back to this and link this to a workflow. And let's go ahead and create a workflow of what we want to have happen when we talk to Alistair. Talk to Alistair. Have it play, let's say, have it play a sound. Have it do sound. I encourage you to go to wowheadsounds.com to find out more sounds so that you can implement them into your sound channel doing a campaign. This one I just remember from my other quests and campaigns. So when we talk to Alistair, it'll play this sound. We also want it to change the quest step. Once we talk to Alistair, I want it to change the quest step to the quest step that tells us to go talk to Emmeline, which was quest step number 2. Which I think was this one right here. That'll allow us to change it. Second quest step. Excellent. So I'm going to get to quest objectives next. Let's go ahead and just see what our campaign looks like though right now. Pull up our quest log. We start tutorial campaign. We can see our icon that we made, our title, even look at a little description of it. This campaign will have me talk to Alistair. Let's hit play. Looks like it gave us the new quest, Alistair's quest revealed. And it's right here. Alistair wants us to talk to someone. Let's try talking to him. So here we have the title, description, and then here's our first quest step. It says talk to Alistair. You can see here, this is the overall setup. So I would encourage you to look at your quest log frequently after you've saved your campaign and test it out to see what it looks like for the player. You can see here for this quest step, this quest log entry, talk to Alistair, is right here. And once we finish this, this will go away and the next quest step will appear. If that makes any sense. Alright, so let's talk to Alistair, right? Let's go ahead and just talk to him. So
What's
click on
your
him.
story? Keep your chin up,
I gotta go into character for my bar to pop up.
What can I do for you?
2 seconds.
Good day. Get gabbing or
There it
get
is.
going. You wouldn't want to see me when I'm angry.
Alright, so go ahead and talk to him. It says cannot find workflow. And if you remember, I forgot to attach the action to the workflow. Let's go into this, actions, attach this, Alistair talk. So again, I was in a tutorial campaign, I was in Alistair's request. Under Alistair's request, we have all our quest steps. We go over to actions, and we the action talk, Alistair talk. Save. Now if we talk, it should work. Actually, we need to reset our campaign. So if you ever edit the campaign as you're inside of it, it's still playing the old copy of the campaign. You need to reset the campaign for it to work. Alright, so we're in this part, we gotta talk to Alistair. And it's still saying we can't find workflow. This is one of the reasons why I like TRP3, is it really helps us find out where our issue is. Ah, there we go, sorry. So I gotta save here, and then save here. And let's go ahead and just reset, just in case. Alright, there we go. It played that noise, and it should have changed the quest step to our next one. But you see there wasn't any notion that we needed to, any revealing message that we changed the quest step. And so you can do that by a few ways. So first off, you can play a noise, like we did, which could be your way of telling the player that a quest step updated or a quest step completed. Or you can have it play a message, what have you. What we can do is we can go into our workflow flow. We can say change quest step. And under this, we can give a display text. Go down to alert message that'll display across and say, you talked with Alistair. Go talk to Emmeline now. Alright, let's see what that looks like now. There. So that kind of helped us. That let us know that we changed our quest up, essentially. So now we've finished talking with Alistair. Let's go talk with Emmeline like he asked. You see here, that was the quest text of our second quest step. You go here. That's right here. You see that we've moved from this step to this step. Nice thing about this mod too is it actually allows us to put a previously sign. So quest log history, I could say Alistair, very friendly, and told you that you could find nearby. Check this again. We'll see kind of what we previously found out. This allows you to help your player learn more information in case they weren't paying attention during your quest line. Awesome. So now we're in our second quest step. Means that we're pretty close to finishing up our campaign already. All we have to do is talk with Emmeline. Now let's say you're new to Bradensbrook and you've ever been inside this town, and you have no idea where this NPC is. And we want to give our players knowledge, find the NPCs and our quest objectives so that they can finish the campaign without too much hassle. This is where the idea of quest objectives come in. Quest objectives are basically hints that allow your player to find out where to go or what to do. Let's go ahead and add a quest objective, and it's going to be hint Emmeline. The objective text is Emmeline, next house over. Now, I don't want this to auto-reveal, because auto-reveal means that it will automatically pop up once the quest is started. I want this quest objective to only reveal once we've started the second quest step. So, make that happen, we're going to go into our quest step. Let's go into step 2 and just see what events we have in here. So in event links, say on quest step start, we can actually link a workflow. Well, that's perfect, because if I make a workflow that shows the objective, I can link it here then, and that objective will appear during this part of the quest. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's create a workflow. Hint deal. That's the name of my workflow, and for this, what I want it to do is just display an objective. So under campaign and quest, I go to reveal quest objective. So it wants me to tell me which quest I'm in. The quest I'm in is Alistair's request, and which objective ID. I think the objective ID was hint Emmeline. Excellent. So once quest step 2 starts, we should have an additional objective. Let's see what happens. And you'll see I already forgot to link the workflow, I think. Yeah, I do that every time. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and reset our campaign. You'll see I have to talk to the Alistair again because I reset the campaign. Just make sure that number 1, the initial steps work with your later steps, and also just lets you experience your campaign multiple times to help you see any kinks or ways to improve. You talk to Alistair, go to Emmeline's house, and then it revealed an objective saying Emily's house was the next one over. If we go into our quest, it'll actually give us our quest overview. Now it has our quest objectives. Emmeline is the next house over. Boom. Now we know exactly where to go. If we walk outside, it's either going to be that house. I, as a player, know where to go. So our final step in the process now is going to be to talk to Emmeline.
Feeling.
So to do that, go into quest 2, your actions. We want to add another action now. We want to do talk again, and we want to save. Let's go to workflow and let's make a workflow that we can attach to talk. This workflow is going to be called Emmeline. What I want this to do is I want this to play another sound. You can make it play a text saying, "Good job, talked Emmeline. You did the quest." I also wanted to make sure that I change the campaign to the last quest step, which will be the final quest step, which triggers the end of the quest. Step 3, Emmeline. Alright, so once I talk with Emmeline now, that'll finish the quest. But you guys might notice a problem. That how does this action know who I'm talking to? How does it know that I'm talking to Emmeline versus Alistair over there, let's say? I'm going to show you guys something. I reset this quest. You know what? We talked to this Bradensburg villager who's about to shoot the poor Commander Jared Shadowsong.
What's
what
the
happens.
story?
Wow, it actually prompted the next quest. I said that I had talked with Alistair, but this person isn't named Alistair. And this is where we get into conditions. Conditions are a great way to make sure your player is doing actions on the correct thing. So if we go back to quest step number 1, go into our actions, Alistair's request, the overarching quest line, and go into actions. Go to our first action link. Control click. Control click will come up with an action condition editor. And what this does is it applies a condition to the action. That when I use the action, it needs to fulfill certain conditions for the action to go through. So in this case, it says unit target name has to be equal to string value Elsa. So this means that the target would have to be named Elsa for the effect to trigger. Well, I don't want it to be Elsa. I want it to be Alistair.
Ain't you a chipper-looking one?
Yes, thank you, Alistair. So there are a few things that you can do here. Number one, you can preview a value. So this, I have Alistair targeted, so his target name is Alistair Thornton, his unit name. And I can also change it though to something else. I can make it the player's name, I can make it an NPC name. NPC name would work, but I also don't mind it being target as well. And I can change this to Alistair Thornton. Awesome, great. And just to show you some other things that you can do in this situation, because I have had some questions in my videos about establishing certain areas that are interactable, I can also select a single spot in the world as an X and Y coordinate right here. Use this current position as the player. And what this does is this sets this location right here as the location that it'll be measuring a distance from. And then after that, it'll check how far the player is to this pre-recorded distance. So if I were to take 5 steps back, let's say, and then run this condition, it'll measure the distance between my character and the previously recorded spot. If I make that a small difference, so let's say I make this right here and say is less than or equal to, let's say 2, that means that my character will have a small circle that he can be in for an interaction to happen. That's how I set up the interactable table of the armor reinforcements in my previous video. We want unit name target be equal to Alistair, and I can even preview the test. There, it's true. If I click off of him, it would be false. Now, if I go back and reset my campaign and try talking to this villager again.
Get gabbing or get going.
See, it doesn't work. But if I go to Alistair,
Oi.
it works. Perfect. So we did it with Alistair. Let's go ahead and do it with Emmeline. Sorry if I'm going too quickly. So I went from our main actions over to our quest ups tabs, our second step, which is where our other action link was, which is right here. I want to control click. This one, I want to make sure it's Emmeline. It's an interesting name, so let me go ahead and make sure I go over here. Hard to move the character during this.
What can I do for you?
Let's preview test. That's true. Excellent. Alright, let's see what happens. Reset the quest. Try finishing everything. So, pulls me to interact with Alistair first.
Bad feeling.
Excellent. So now it tells me to go talk with Emmeline to make sure. Emmeline is in the next house over. Okay, good to know.
Ain't you a chipper looking one?
Let's see. Is
Get
this Emmeline?
gabbing or get going.
Oh, that's not Emmeline.
Get
This
gabbing
Emmeline.
or get going.
Excellent. Good job. You talked with Emmeline and completed the quest. Awesome. Well, that's great. So now it looks like I've completed the quest. You can see what I've done previously. My progression is 0, and that's because I set progression to 0. And I could have triggered it to finish the campaign as well. You'll see here that the quest objective is still there as well. So what we can do, go back and do it. On quest step leave, let's go ahead and make a new workflow to finish that objective for us. Lead objective. Under Alistair's request, objective ID was hint, and this will complete that objective for us. Now we want to link it, leave the quest step. Excellent. You know what? For one final thing, let's see. Go back to our quest steps. For quest step 3, our final quest step, this starts. I want it to play a sound. That sound, I want to make it the classic quest complete sound, which I think. Nope, that's one of them. Oh, have I forgotten this? There you go, 619. That's the workflow, and I want it to attach once this quest step is started. This is the final quest step, and will trigger the completion of the campaign. So reset,
Oi.
go talk with him,
What can I do for you?
talk with her. Perfect. So, I showed you how to interact with your world a little bit more. There's definitely a whole lot more you can add to this. You can see that you can get pretty creative with sounds, but I would also encourage you to make use of delays. So you see there that at the end it played that first little noise and then the quest completion noise. You can actually add delays. So let's say I go into my workflow for the quest sound. Let's add a delay. And let's just make it a regular delay. You can also make it a cast. A cast that allows you to kind of make it look like your character's casting something or using something. Regular delay, nothing pops up. That's how I want it. Nor do I want it to be interrupted. If I moved, I can make it interruptible, but I don't want it to be that way. And I want it to be just 1 second. And let's put it before a noise. That way the first noise plays, then this event triggers, then it waits 1 second, and then it plays the quest completion noise. Let's just see how that looks before calling it a day.
What can I do for you?
Alright,
Ain't you a chipper looking one?
you can see there it waited a little bit longer that time. That's awesome. And you know what? Heck, let's go ahead and add one more thing to our quest. Go to quests, there's requests, steps, request step 3. Under workflows for sound, this is the workflow that will play at the end of the quest, so I'm going to go ahead and just give us a little reward. Inventory, show drop loot. Let's say the source name comes from Emmeline. Let's give her an image. Typed in silver, and let's find a silver coin. Let's give myself 20 coins when I do this quest. I worked hard for this quest of running over from house to house. Excellent. Go ahead and reset this campaign one more time.
Ain't you a chipper looking one?
Yes, thank you, Alistair, we know.
I got a bad feeling.
There we go. Emily gave us some money. Loot all. Obidiah has some more money to go spend. Excellent, guys. Alright, well that's it for today's video. Be sure to leave a comment below if I didn't explain anything in the best way possible. I do apologize. It is difficult to show a campaign being created as well as teaching at the same time. I know I had some hiccups there, but I will encourage you guys to have as many hiccups as possible. I think I've learned most from when I've messed up and have troubleshooted and tried over and over again to make something work. So today we went over how to make a basic campaign framework as well as the importance of conditions. Hope you guys are able to play around yourself with making a campaign. I highly encourage you to reach out to me on WoW, or you feel free to check out the TRP3 Discord. I highly recommend you guys subscribe to that Discord because the creators are very, very responsive and very helpful. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. Hope to see you again. See you later.